What's going on, everyone? This is Invader, and welcome to my PlayStation 5 unboxing video. It's been a couple of console generations since I've owned a PlayStation product, and I felt that now was a good time to get back on board. There's a few games that I really want to check out on the platform, and I'm looking forward to checking out some of their back catalog. As you can tell, I purchased the console with the disc drive. I felt that was the best fit for me, as I like having both a combination of physical and digital media. What you're currently looking at is the front of the console package, and the box art is a little plain for my tastes. Sure, it does the job fine, it's got a nice clean aesthetic to it, but I feel like it could have highlighted the console a bit better. Otherwise, you've got some features listed in the top right corner. It has 8K capabilities, 4K, 120 frames per second, and high dynamic range. Moving on to the backside of the console box, and you get to see the layout of the console much better, with it placed horizontally on a flat surface. You also see the new DualSense controller displayed a lot better. There's also the tagline at the top displayed prominently stating "Play like never before," indicating an improved experience. Then it begins to list off prominent things and features that you'll have with the PlayStation 5, such as lightning speed, discussing their custom solid-state drive. It goes into some new controller features with breathtaking immersion, having a deeper gaming experience with haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and 3D audio. And of course, it highlights stunning games with greater graphics and the ability to play the PlayStation 4 back catalog. As well, in the top right corner, it states the SSD size at 825 gigabytes. Heading on to the contents inside the box, and we'll start off with the first compartment that you'll encounter when opening it up. The contents include the following: the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. My first impressions of this controller are quite positive. It feels comfortable with a decent weight to it. I'll have to see how it's actually playing the games, but at first glance, I'm liking it. It definitely seems like a step up from the PlayStation 4's controller. The controller also comes with a USB cable. You'll need that to charge and update the controller. Next, onto the other cables, and of course it comes with what you'd expect the new console to have with it: a power cord and an HDMI cable to connect to your TV. Pretty standard stuff there. What they've also included is a base for the PlayStation 5, and at first glance you're really going to need it because of the way the console is designed. You'll need to attach this to the base to place it horizontally and vertically. Inside the base, there's actually a little screw hidden away to use this for when you're standing it up. You're definitely going to need this base, however, and wherever you decide to place this console. I'm just glad Sony included it in the console package. And lastly, there's the PlayStation 5 Quick Start Guide. Always good to have around when you're first setting up your new hardware. It's pretty straightforward with its instructions and has everything you need to get started. Now on to the star of the show, the PlayStation 5 console unit itself. It's in the second, much larger compartment that you're currently looking at. It's a very plain white box with the PlayStation branding in the middle, so yeah, nothing really to look at there. But with that out of the way, I think it's time to unleash this sucker. And here we have it, guys, the PlayStation 5. This is it standing up, facing what would be considered its top side. It's very clean cut with its white aesthetics. The only marking is the PlayStation branding in the top left corner of it. Again, it's very simple, but I think the look of it from this angle is nice overall. Next up is the front of the console. Here you really start to see the dimensions of the PlayStation 5. It has a unique shape to it because of the way the vents are directed outward. There's a few standard buttons and ports on the front of it. Starting at the bottom is the power button. Beside it is the eject button for any disc that you place inside the console. Speaking of discs, the disc drive can be seen to the right hand side. Of course, if you have the all-digital console, there will not be a disc drive included. Going on to the midway point of the console, there's a couple of ports. There's a Type A USB port that you'll be using amongst other things to connect and charge your DualSense controller. At the top of the console, there's no buttons. However, there are power indicator lights at the top. They'll blink blue when turned on, and then turn white. Onto the rear of the console, and again you can see the curves of the PlayStation 5. Lots of noticeable ventilation slots running down the middle. Starting from the bottom is the port for the power cord. Beside it is the HDMI out cable port. Moving further up is a port for a LAN cable. And rounding this out, there are 2 USB ports to use for whatever your gaming needs may be. Here's a look at the PlayStation 5 laying horizontally. This is using the included base. It sits nice and looks pristine with its coloring. However, at first glance you can tell it's pretty large and may be a struggle for some home theater setups when laying in this position. So that's my unboxing for Sony's PlayStation 5 console. I was extremely lucky to get one during the September pre-orders. I'm really excited to set this thing up and check out some games. I'll definitely be playing some Astro's Playroom to start off, and I have Demon's Souls coming in the mail. So what do you guys think of this unboxing? What do you think of the PlayStation 5? Have you been able to get your hands on one? And if so, what games have you been playing on it so far? I also have a video planned for an Xbox Series X unboxing, however, there were a few, shall we say, complications. So I'll get one out as soon as possible. Until next time guys, Invader out.